Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing on this Tuesday morning? This is Reganelite here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning with myself here, Reganelite, on Tuesday, the 20th of January, 2026. Just hit 11 o'clock here in the morning. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you had a good Monday. We've still got plenty of days to go before we get to the next weekend. So don't worry, we will get there indeed. We're going to be covering UK news specifically, but obviously it's kind of hard to do UK news specifically when there are global effects taking place right now as well. I ain't going to be able to get away from Trump, guys. Just can't get away from him, unfortunately. The man baby is getting louder and louder, unfortunately. So unfortunately, we will be touching on that. I'm probably going to end up touching on it later on today on Global News at 4 o'clock today as well. So join me for that live stream if you can on 4 o'clock in the afternoon as well. Just a quick reminder that what else is there? There's also Prime Minister's questions tomorrow. That's going to be very fascinating indeed. As well. And what else we got? For those who are losing my train of thought, guys, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I've got so much work in front of me to do. That's probably why. But let me just remind people who are new to this live stream, don't really know what goes on this live stream. So we normally go for about an hour between 11 and 12 o'clock. We cover today's daily quota. We have a look at the weather, what's happening with the weather for the next couple of days. Then we have a look at what the news is doing. And as I said, we'll be covering UK news specifically here for reference. Excuse me. Matty Von Erich, good morning to you. Viper Scott, good morning to you. Stephen Banker, good morning to you too. And Person Impersonator, hope you guys are all doing well. Right, let's get going. Here is today's today's one here for the 20th. I have to remember, where is the camera? It's up. I've got to go down there. I think I've got it. Yep, there we go. There it is. Today's daily quota there. From Serena. I cannot say that name. Cneca. Cena. I can't say it, guys. Sorry. I don't. Some names I just cannot pronounce, as you guys know. Anyways, here is today's daily quota. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. You know what? Considering as somebody who plays video games, and when we interact with sometimes we have bad interactions online, that could not be more true. Suffering more in imagination than in reality, I think that's definitely something. Is definitely, some people may disagree with that, depending on, but it varies there. Tomorrow's daily quote is a nice one. I like tomorrow's one as well. Mel, good to see you there. User and person impersonator. I hope you guys are all doing well. Right, let's have a look at the weather here. Oh, I hadn't zoomed out yet on it. Why have I not zoomed out on it? I have no idea. But anyways, let's just zoom right out a little bit. Let's have a look at our big blue beautiful planet. So it's set for today at 6 o'clock for reference here. We've got some snowstorms, got some rainstorms as well in different parts of our globe. Don't know why. I just feel really, really tired today. I don't know. It might be because someone woke me up in the middle of the night. Yeah, I think that might be the reason. Yeah, I'm gonna be tired today from the sounds of it. Yellowknife, -12, Anchorage and -7, Vancouver 7, San Francisco 11, Ottawa 14, -14, New York very cold, -5, Miami 22, Mexico City 17 there. Temperatures in South America 25, 24, 29, 29 there with some rainstorms there as well. Africa, Middle and Southern Africa here. Very warm temperatures, 24, 24, 28, Lagos 28, Dhaka 20 there, respectfully there. Moving over to the other side of the planet. Perth 25, Darwin 27, Sydney 18, Auckland 21 there with some rainstorms here and there. Philippines there, the capital, 25 degrees, very warm there. Tokyo at 2 and Beijing a very cold 12 degrees. We can still see some snowstorms are building up in and around. Let's have a look. Never actually looked in at Tokyo, but yeah, you can see. Yeah, Tokyo tends to get its fair share of snow and winter regularly there. That's around that time period. Very, very often that they get that there. What else have we got here? Some other temperatures here. Colombo 24, New Delhi 11, Dhaka 17 there, Riyadh 17, Port Sudan, Khartoum 24 and 28 respectfully there, Kuwait City 14, Tehran very cold 0 degrees with some snowstorms from the looks of it there, Baghdad 5 degrees, Cairo 15 there, Istanbul 4 degrees as well, Tisbali 0 degrees there. How's it looking in Europe here? We got Madrid 7, Lisbon 13 there, with once again rainstorms in the Mediterranean. Algiers 11, Tunis 12, Tripoli 14 on the North African continent. Parmelo, Rome, Nice 11, 10 and 12 respectfully there. Athens 10, Tiaria 6 there. Bucharest -6, Chișinău -9, Zagreb -3, Vienna -3, Prague -4, Berlin -2. Very cold in Poland and Ukraine -10 and -11 respectfully there. Moscow -3, St. Petersburg -2, and of course -14, 15 degrees in other parts of Eastern Europe as well. Paris 9 degrees, Brussels at 6 degrees as well. Oslo -3, and Reykjavik over in Ireland 2 degrees there, just for reference. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm really tired today. I do apologize if I do yawn. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I can't get it. I can't really figure it out, if I'm honest, guys. Why I'm so tired, I don't know. I thought I slept okay, but I guess I haven't, guys. Good morning, Kirsty. Hope you are doing well. Ellie, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well there. Rosemary, good morning to you as well. Sarah Davis, good morning to you. And anybody else looking in the chats, hope you guys are all doing well. London is 9 degrees, Cardiff 7, Manchester 9, Dublin and Belfast 7 respectively, Edinburgh 7. Let's have a look. It's been a while since we actually zoom in and see what the actual temperatures and wind gauges are saying here. So here's parts of England. Here we're starting with Kingsley on Norwich, 7, Ely 8, Cambridge 8 there, Brentford 8 there, London 9 there. With the temperatures, this is set for today at 6 o'clock, just for references. Here's some of the temperatures and wind gauges that we are experiencing here. We can see here there's this rainstorm that looks like we have here at the moment. Is that going to be coming over later? Yeah, it's going to be hitting parts of the Wales and England here. We can see this big rainstorm here. 8 degrees, 8 and 7 degrees, very chilly. Down here in the southwest of England, as well as these rainstorms here, 6, 5, 7 degrees here. And Cardiff, Wales are experiencing plenty of that as well. 6 and 7 degrees temperatures here. And that rainstorm obviously consuming much of the part of the land of the Welsh Dragon. There at 7 and 8 degrees there. Wolverhampton there, 8 degrees. Midlands here back in England. Midlands, Crewe 8, Leek 7, Mansfield 7 there. Moving further up into the north of England here, 7, 8 degrees respectively. Most parts here with wind gauges not too bad here. Moving a bit further north from the north of England into the south of Scotland here, we can see those temperatures dropping a little bit here, as you would expect. 7, 6 degrees, Stranraer 7 there, area 8 there. Harwich, hope I said that right, 7 degrees there. Dunbar 7, Edinburgh 7, Glasgow 7 there. Dunfermline 6, Stirling 7 there. Bridgend 6, Oban 7 there. Fort William 7, Dundee 7 there. More cloudy than rain, but there is some scattered showers here and there in parts of Scotland. Moving in a bit further north there, Aberdeen, Stonehaven 7 respectively there. Fraserburgh 7 there. Inverness 4, much more colder, a bit further north we go. Stonewall Way 6 degrees there. So those are some of the temperatures we have got there. If I zoom a bit further back, zoom back out here, because we'll make sure cover the whole of the UK when we talk about it. Again, I apologise. I don't know why. I feel like yawning every 5 seconds. I do apologise, guys. Moving into the evening there, we can see that rainstorm. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pushing a bit further in, and then yeah, overnight it's going to hit where I am. But you can see overnight here, a lot of rainstorms going to be forecasting tonight and overnight into England, northern England, and parts of Scotland there as well. Looks like it'll clear up in Wales overnight from the looks of it there. Temperatures overnight is what we're expecting. 7 degrees of Cardiff 4, Manchester 6, Dublin 6, Belfast 6, Edinburgh 6 respectively there. Going into Wednesday morning here, although some of that rain is going out off into the coast. Parts of it are still remaining. And it looks like another rainstorm is going to be coming in here from the south. Cardiff 5 degrees here. God, I can't stop yawning. I'm really sorry, guys. Wednesday 9 o'clock here in the morning. We've got this big rainstorm coming in here. Oh, while also there's possible tiny bits of snow may fall in parts of Scotland here as well for tomorrow here. But looking at that, yeah, that rainstorm is going to be pretty much all over the place. Temperature's not too bad though. London 8, Cardiff 10, Edinburgh 6 there. That's kind of what you expect around this time of year, unfortunately. This time of the month, of course, here. But there is some scattered rain showers here and there. Looks like some of it will dissipate a little bit, but yeah, we're expecting some rainstorms. Pretty much wherever you are on Wednesday, you're going to be hit by some rain somewhere at some point. I think it's pretty clear there. Moving into Wednesday evening here again. These temperatures are not too bad for Wednesday night. 7, 8, 9 to 10 degrees here. Looks like a little bit warmer warmer considering previous nights. Yeah, so Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we actually got some decent. A bit more warmer than the other temperatures that we've had here. 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 8 degrees here from into Thursday morning. That's not too bad, actually. There is some rainstorms forecast overnight and in the morning on Thursday morning here we can see here, as well as there looks like potential snow, more snow dropping on Thursday in Scotland there. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere from the looks of it there. In fact, that snowstorm looks like it's going to be building up a little bit there from the looks of it. But temperatures 5 degrees, 7, 7, 7, 7, 9 here again overnight. So temperatures roughly around about definitely dipping Thursday night into Friday morning here. Yeah, you can see those temperatures are definitely dipping there a little bit. Not freezing like -0 in the minuses, but still cold nonetheless here. 4, 6, 6, 6, 5, and 7 here overnight into early Friday morning. Again, that snowstorm is not going away. It's still there, guys. It's still there. Going into Friday morning there, as we see. Yeah, moving into lunchtime here. Again, that snowstorm is there. It looks like it's going to be around. You're going to experience some snow for a couple of days up in Scotland, but the rest of the UK is going to get away with it with some showers here and there from it looks like it's forecast there. Moving into Friday evening, into Saturday morning here. Looks like these temperatures, where are they staying? Are they dropping even further? Yeah, looks like temperatures are dropping even further. Yeah, so Friday night into Saturday morning looks like it's going to be even colder. So yeah, temperatures are dropping even further again. So we could be getting potential snowstorms in the future. Yeah, Saturday morning and lunchtime here. There is an increase back up in temperature, but yeah, looks like Saturday potentially may be mostly a dry with some rain or some snow in parts of Scotland, tiny bits, but looks like it's going to be dry and cloudy there. More of a grey cloudy skies is what we're expecting with the weekend coming up there. It's too early to be for sure there. Is subject to change. Oh, look at that. That's not good there. For Saturday night into Sunday morning there. Cold temperatures again. That's what we're going to be getting there. So it doesn't look like they're forecasting anything yet. Maybe it might be a bit too soon to predict there. But overall, as of today, so it looks like we're going to be parts of today, depending on where you are, you're dry at the moment, but later on there will be some rain dropping. If you're in Northern Ireland, you're going to be experiencing that. Wales and England are definitely going to be experiencing that rain. If not today, overnight, they will be experiencing it. Same with Scotland. Scotland will start experiencing that rain overnight. Into early Wednesday morning, parts of Scotland and Northern England are going to be experiencing that. Southern England over the Wednesday will also be experiencing some rain as well. So there will be some rain, scattered showers in the next couple of days, depending on how much falls. Depends on where exactly you are, but there is going to be some rain coming, guys. So please be aware of that. God, what? I don't know what's wrong with me today, guys. I'm really sorry. I don't know why. I'm just like, I feel like going back to bed or something, and I can't. I've got all this. I've got work in front of me I need to do. So, and not just this live stream, of course. What's the temperature in Greenland? They don't actually give a temperature in Greenland from the weather map that I use, believe it or not. So You probably have to Google it. There might be other web apps that give the temperatures there, but it doesn't actually give it here, believe it or not. So I can't actually give you it from the weather app that I use. It doesn't actually tell you like what the temperature is, because it only gives like cities and certain places. Like if I want to know what the temperature's like in Iceland, it only gives Reykjavik, the major capital city, but it doesn't actually say what it is in Greenland. Right, guys, we're going to be looking at UK news today, like I said. Excuse me. So let's have a look at see what the Telegraph are saying here, or the Tory graph, the Reform graph, the propaganda graph. So Denmark has sent more troops to Greenland in an effort to kind of push Trump and America away. I said this before in my Patreon videos, which for this week, which I drop in. Like I'm at the moment, my feeling is that he's not going to invade. He's not going to invade Greenland, and I think he's going to continue to try and buy it and try and bully his way into giving up Greenland. That's what I think he's going to be doing. So I think that's what his intention is trying to do there. So Labour plans to ban under-16s from social media. I'm more inclined to agree with it on the basis that, in terms from a social aspect, it's not about. Like, I know Dave McGuinness is looking at it from a... Dave McGuinness looked at it from... He says that it would just shoot Labour in the foot by doing this because it's going to upset the future children, and he's absolutely right in that. However, I'm not looking at it from an electoral point of view. I'm looking at it from a social point of view. I'm looking at the point of view of children spending far too much time on their tablets, scrolling, doom scrolling, TikToks, Facebook, and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with children using not social media, using the internet, because the internet's a good thing for them because it's a really good fundamental part of education, and there's nothing wrong with them having fun with it. The problem is social media is highly addictive. It's very time consuming, and they could be using that time elsewhere rather than just on social media. And also, it's one of many things that's affecting children's mental health as well. So I think from that perspective, there's a good argument to be made. I can understand the arguments why people would not want it. But I think overall, because, we can't really control the social media companies, and they don't do enough to protect youngsters, I think the best solution is to ban it outright from youngsters. They may feel it's harsh, and I totally understand that point of view. But the problem is that we can't control these social media companies. So what are we supposed to do? Like, if we can't control them, if we can't make them do what we want, then the only solution is to ban it. A boy 12 fights for his life after Australia's fourth shark attack in 48 hours. So they have 4 shark attacks for people in Australia in 48 hours. Absolutely horrible situation there. Tory MPs thinking of defecting should just quit, says Kemi Badenoch. Labour MPs attacks unprecedented decision to cancel elections. Apprentice Star accuses BBC show of faking the results as well. Story about celebrities which I'm not interested in at all. Trump leaks the text, threatens Macron and trashes Starmer. Yeah, this is pretty... oh my god, this picture. Yeah, so Donald Trump has actually leaked the... let me see if I can actually show you it, guys, actually. Give me 1 second. So Donald Trump, literally like about 5 hours ago or so, he leaked the text of President Macron to him. And I'm like thinking to myself, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, it's just insane. Let me see if I can get it up for you guys here. Got it here. Here we go. So this was Donald Trump posted this here on these True Social here. So it says here, President Trump has posted what appears to be a private message from President Macron of France, where Macron says, "I do not understand what you're doing on Greenland here." Can we zoom in a bit further? So you can't see it from the top here. So it says, "My friend, we are totally in line on Syria. We can do great things on Iran. I do not understand what you're doing on Greenland. Let's try to build great things. I can set up a G7 meeting off of Davos in Paris on Thursday afternoon. I can invite the Ukrainians, the Danish, the Syrians, the Russians in the margins. Let us have a dinner together in Paris together on Thursday before you go back to the US," says Emmanuel. Like, for me, like this like it screams of I can't trust you. I don't know what it looks like a WhatsApp group. That looks like a WhatsApp group from the way it looks there. That's if I'm Macron, if I'm any world leader, this means like I cannot text this man I cannot text this man anything because I cannot trust to send this guy anything, knowing that he might leak it. Like it's just like how you just can't trust the man anymore. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, it's just I just don't like now you can't do texting. You can't text Trump anymore. You can only do phone calls with him because he will leak them. Like he will leak them now. Spanish train crash we talked about yesterday. Trump invites Putin to join his border peace. I might touch more on that later on. I have got a separate story on Patreon dropping on that Patreon or no, it's on Rumble. It's going to be dropping on Rumble. You can check out. There will be a post coming out today reminding people of what news stories are coming out on Rumble and Patreon this week for free. By the way, you won't have to pay anything to watch those guys. Labour MPs attacks unprecedented. Jet2 leaves 35 passengers behind in a dead-end stairwell. Wow, that's so nice of them. Welsh Quango lets male staff use women's toilets. I don't even want to know what that story's about. Anything else here? Any other nonsense the Telegraph wants to tell us? Labour risks Trump's wrath by approving Chinese embassy. Trump says Chagos deal is an act of stupidity. I'll touch on that in a bit. Lib Dem led council ignores residents over 20-mile-an-hour zone. That's not very good. Prostate cancer is now the most common cancer in Britain. What are we doing about that? That's the question we should be asking. Labour says it was increasing defence spending. In reality, it's done nothing. That's a Telegraph view. Stop nonsensical objections to leaving the ACHR. Jack Straw tells objections. It's not nonsensical. It's common fecking sense. Like, it's our human rights. You want to take away our human rights there. It's absolutely insane. Local police force can't tackle modern crime. Shabima Mohammed believes. What a way to get behind your police force. Let's bash them. Let's bash the police force. What a great Home Secretary you are. Yeah, let's bash our police guys, because that'll definitely give them the confidence that they need. You know, Home Secretary standing firmly behind them by bashing them on the head, guys. Yeah. Would like to see all the leaders turning their back at Trump at Davos at the photo opportunity they have Reganelite. That would be nice, but I don't think they'll do that. Let's have a look at the times here. So Chagos Islanders are seeking High Court justice. A brief history of Chagos Islands and why it still matters. Secretive base has long provided the United States and Britain with a foothold in the Indian Ocean. It must be the envy of China and India. Trump's Chagos intervention is a major headache for Starmer. And here's the thing, right? So I saw someone point out that oh god, I can't remember which Labour MP it was. One of the ministers basically pointed out that the deal has gone too far now to U-turn on it, basically to try to tone it down. I don't know. I still think it's very much possible that this deal could fall flat. And I think Donald Trump now coming out turning against it, which by the way he didn't have a problem with it initially, because the base will still be there for another 100 years. I think the only reason he's turned on this is simply to try and coax the UK and other European nations into agreeing to give up Greenland. That's all this is. He's looking at any and all angles to try and push Europe into saying, I'll do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to threaten this, I'm going to say this. Anything to kind of upset and to undermine Europe and the UK, to basically saying, stop appealing to protect Greenland. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. This is the language that he's coming across here. Labour dropped plans for banning under 16s from social media. Starmer faces years of legal battles over China mega embassy approval. I think it's going to get approved today. I'm not happy about it because today is the deadline, so not happy about it personally. You should go back and not tell a story pondering defections. If you're not behind the Conservatives, get out the way is what she's basically saying. Keir Starmer was very, very weak on his speech yesterday. I always said on that. What are Trump's tariff threats? Could the UK retaliate? The UK should retaliate, but they're not going to. Education Secretary failing to protect free speech. We don't have freedom. We don't have free speech here. We're not like the United States. Okay, it's a bit different here. Like and you want to talk about free speech? Yeah. Have a look at the front of the the UK piece on the Times, see what they're saying. Anything different that we haven't already seen? Time for Britain to decide if we're happy to look weak, says William Hague. That's a good way of putting it. Why I oppose banning children from social media, says Ian Russell. It's an interesting topic. Government investment to entice tech companies to stay in the UK. Like I was sitting on the fence, and now I'm for banning it for children. I was sitting on the fence for it, but I'm for banning it. Starmer's approval ratings continue to fall, apparently. So, according to net approval of party leaders from the Times data, they're putting Polanski, Ed Davey, and Bagonot neck and neck in terms of approvals. Yeah, I'm not sure about that personally. Not me personally, I'm not so sure about that. Farage at -15, so he's a bit less. And Starmer has dropped to -47%, according to them. My mission to save the Thames Whale 20 years on. Why has this green baroque genius been overlooked? Don't know. Swindy and surgeon should be investigated over deadly hospital. That's a Scottish story there. Football worth £820 million to the Scottish economy, report reveals. Exercise give up. Executive gives up career to fix bikes for a living and finds happiness. Well, that's a lovely story. Yeah, if it makes you happy and it makes a difference to people's lives, why not? Royal family, no one cares. Prostate cancer now the UK's most common, but there's still no screening. What are we doing about it? Robotic necklace gives stroke patients their voice back. Boob gods, surgeons gagging order lifted after models 2-year battle there. NHS midwife says there's a benefit in marriage between cousins. Okay. Each to their own is what I would say there. Watchdog investigates West Midlands Police over the Maccabee fans there. Victims ditch hundreds of sex assault cases. Met false to admit. Why? That's really bad. Forget courtroom drama. Judges stage comedy opera at the Old Bailey there as well. More than 100 Britons suspected of spying for hostile states. There should be more than that, but okay. We're always spying on. We're spying on enemies. We're spying on enemies and allies. Like, that's normal. It's normal for countries to be doing that. European allies voiced concern over UK military budget and capacity. Denmark sought UK advice on defending Greenland in the face of US threat. Our advice is get as many polar bears, penguins, and as you can to help defend your lands. I think that's the best response there. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, if they come, then well, it is what it is. It's literally like Helm's Deep, guys. Helm's Deep, 10,000 Uruks against a small band of Rohan soldiers inside Helm's Deep. If you don't know, it's Lord of the Rings reference. Think of it like that. The Financial Times here. Britain has spent a little extra on conventional armed forces, experts warn. The bulk of the new money last year eaten up by inflation, housing costs and nuclear programs, industry executives say. This is infuriating. Why is it... So all new investment, it just goes into inflation. It's being eaten up by inflation. That's great. Long-awaited audit reform bill scrapped by UK ministers. Ministers believe bill is not best use of legislative time and will instead press on with modernising corporate reporting. Corporate reporting. Okay, sure. Reeves asked businesses to pitch UK as an alternative to US at Davos. Chancellor told executives to highlight the country's ability to offer political and economic stability. Yeah, people are not buying that. Farage seeks a meeting with the UAE president to boost profile and build ties. A meeting with the UAE president would deepen and reform UK's links to the oil-rich Gulf state. Yep, of course he would. Yeah, he definitely wants connections in the Middle East, that's for sure. Starmer says he does not think Donald Trump will use military force to seize Greenland. I don't think so too, but with this guy, you just don't know. New carbon tax will hurt British industry, says steel, cement, and chemical groups. UK producers will warn the design of imports their beat is flawed and will favour overseas competitors with higher emissions there as well. Sadness and betrayal in Newark after Genric's defection to reform. UK would be foolish to pursue customs union with the EU business secretary said. Well, that's why you're a fucking idiot. Oh, it's a foolish thing, yeah, to align ourselves with customs union with the EU, despite the fact they would actually boost our growth, boost our business, boost our trade. That would be foolish thing to do. It would be foolish to actually make our lives better for the people of the UK, guys. What a terrible idea. What a terrible idea. Dollar falls sharply and Wall Street stocks set for heavy losses over Greenland crisis. US President insists there is no going back on demand for the island. Pressing mocks EU's tariff spots from European. Greenland is ground zero for Arctic's great game. There is no going back. What are you doing? What are you going to do? Like, if they're not going to give it up, like, you can apply all the sanctions and whatnot you want. What are you going to do? Elon Musk asked followers if he should buy Ryanair. No, you shouldn't buy Ryanair. And I think people in the UK would be very upset if you did, especially people who use Ryanair. Yeah, people would stop using. I'd stop using Ryanair if he bought it. UK approves China's mega embassy in London. There it is, confirmation, guys, from the Financial Times, as I expected. UK be foolish to pursue customs union. Yeah, says the dumbass business secretary. What else is there? Japan's 40-year bonds surpassed 4% for the first time. Independent to take over operations of the London Standard in the newspaper industry. London Standard has been taken over by the Independent. Top UK civil servant in line for a bumper bonus. Why? I don't like that. UK private sector wage growth calls to 3.6% as employers cut the headcount. Fracking pioneers that look overseas as UK shale revolution goes global. Russia knocks out power, heating and water to Ukraine's freezing capital. A GSK to buy US biotech behind food allegedly drugs for 2.2 billion there. UK jobs target for international student recruitment. I'm sure universities will be delighted to hear that. They'll be delighted to hear that. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. That's actually terrible. That's really, really bad. That is not good whatsoever. This one is really, really slow. I don't know about you, but I look very jittery on the screen here. And I think it's because of all the ads that the iPaper I've got here. So I look very jittery here. Advice to Denmark: mind the sea off Greenland. Big reality TV show to chump. Yeah. Free counselling offered to benefit claimants to keep them in work. A health secretary West Street says the government is in modernising a system that has written off people for far too long. Work at KFC or lose your benefits to all 18 and 21-year-olds to be told. Well, that'll definitely encourage them to get into work. Yeah, tell them, force them against their will, guys. Yeah, it's very stuttery on my end. I'm looking at it for OBS, and it's very, very stuttery. But you guys are saying it's fine, so I'll carry on. You're free to leave. Bagnot tells Tory MPs thinking of defecting. A disaster for UK security. How Farage puts military chiefs on edge. Yeah, we've seen that story already. Not got anything different here. You not got anything different for us? Nurses and shop workers promise new homes with £600 a month a cheaper rent. The Mayor of London plans to build 6,000 new homes for key workers. £600 a month cheaper rent. Is that actually what it is? £600 a month. because that actually sounds a lot better than paying £1,300. I was a MAGA campaigner. Now I hate Trump. Here's what's changed my mind. I grew a brain, maybe. British craft beers are rushed to US to beat Trump's Greenland tariff. Free counselling offered to benefit claimants to keep them in work. We've seen that story already. Seen all those stories already. Painkiller drug shortages here in pharmacy, according exclusive from them there. Well, that's an old story there. Old world news. I'll be covering some of that. Covering world news later. And that's all old stories there as well. Might have to look at some world news here because I'm not getting a lot here from some of these stories from the UK here. Let me refresh this here just for a second. No checking it out at KFC. Says Calico. Man, I have not had a KFC for a long time. I'll tell you what, actually, before I carry on, guys. I did actually get a late birthday gift from my partner's mum. Because I opened up a bunch of... I didn't want to open up some... I kind of wanted to open up... I don't like to... For when I get birthday cards, guys, I like to open them up on the day. Same with Christmas. Like, if I get a bunch of Christmas cards and whatnot, I don't open them until the actual day. I like to open them all together because it gets a bit more meaningful for me. And that's the same with what I do with my birthday. But I actually opened up a bunch of birthday cards yesterday because I wanted to open them with my partner's mum because I wanted her to be here because I was away for the weekend. And she got me, she got me something that's very, very helpful to everyone, guys. I'm sure you will all agree with me. This has some value here. So that will save me on lunch for a little bit there. Yeah, a Greg's gift card, guys. Very, very, very nice of her. It's been a long time since I've been to Greg's because I try to keep my lunches very cheap. So yeah, that's very, very nice of her. Honestly, I'm very fortunate to have something like that because it has been a long time since I've had Greg's. Kentucky Fried Crap. Yeah, yeah. You should try to yeah, I mean, you should try not to have too much like I haven't had KFC for a long time, to be fair. I think one of the reasons me and my partner don't go to KFC very much now, like, is I'm going off topic, I know, guys. It's more the cost rather than the food. You know, it's the same with McDonald's. You know, it costs so much now. It just costs so much now to and even going out to eat. Me and my partner very rarely go out to eat as well. It's just it costs too much, you know, and it's totally understandable for people not to go out as much as they used to. I mean, like realistically, I'd love to go out once a week with my partner, but yeah, Greg's, craft bakers, yeah, can't go wrong with that. I'm gonna use up the lunch I've got at home first before I start using it though, because I like to be cost effective as much as I possibly can, especially when I'm demonetized as well. Don't ask me about it today, guys. Please don't. So Tory dismissed from the party over reform defection talks. Okay. He has been stripped of the Conservative whip and removed from the shadow cabinet. What's this? A Welsh Conservative politician. Oh my God, have you got enough ads here, Independent? Can I read this, please? A Welsh Conservative politician has been dismissed from his role amid allegations that he was playing defect to the Reform Party. James Evans, a member of the Welsh Parliament for Brecon and Renfrewshire. This is the same. How many Conservative MPs does Wales have, guys? Again, how many is it? How many is it now? I think is it? Oh, I can't remember, guys. I'm trying to remember it. I can't remember what the number is, guys. Might be a certain number. Yeah, just saying. The Welsh Conservative leader Darren Millar confirmed the move in a social media statement, alleging Mr Evans was continuing to engage with Reform representative regarding a potential defection. Mr Evans previously served as a Shadow Cabinet Secretary for Health and Social Care in the Seed. Mr Millar said in his statement this morning, I took the decision to remove James Evans from the Welsh Conservative Shadow Cabinet and withdraw the Conservative whip. Oh, that's right. It's 0. Thank you, Sarah. I thought it was 0. I pretty much thought it was 0. Yeah, never forget that wipeout in the general election. Conservatives? What Conservatives? No such thing in Wales. Quote, I did so after being informed by James that he was continuing to engage with a reform representative about the possibility of defecting in the party, in spite of his personal assurances on Friday that he had rejected an approach they initiated last week. As soon as we expect all Welsh Conservative MSs and candidates to be 100% committed to our party and our plan to fix Wales, regrettably, James was unable to give that commitment. Reform has one member of the seed after former Conservative Laura Ain Jones defected to join the party in July. So it sounds like to me, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. It sounds like to me that he was kind of like hoping to get a spot and maybe switch over after the local election, maybe. But I think that's what he possibly was trying to do. Removal, preemptively, all that, and that's that story. Former Tory cabinet mayor Michael Gove warned Mr. Jenrick's reputation will be scarred by his treachery, and he said his scathing attack on his former party will inflict lasting damage on his reputation. Yeah. I mean, it's proof that Robert Jenrick is only out for himself as well. It proves that, doesn't it? To be fair, so. Trump calls Starmer's Chagos Island deal act of great stupidity. What else we got here? Government hold consultations on the social media ban. Yep. Mike Johnson addresses UK Parliament after Trump launches UK tirade. Speaker Mike Johnson. So he's going to be speaking in Parliament. My God. TikTok to roll out enhanced age checks amid social media ban pressure. We saw that yesterday, actually. It'll be interesting to see how that does. What else has the Independent got here? Any other news stories, guys? Any other news stories? Why my 500k beach hut shouldn't be slapped with a second home tax. I've got look. You can't tax me for more money than I already have. Like, it's not fair. I've worked all my life. I've worked all my life for this money. Yes, of course you'd have. Yes, and you've got a very good life. Yes, but it'd be nice if some of that money actually went towards people that actually, need a bit of a pick-me-up in life, Anything we haven't seen here? Cameras hidden in gardens shows the lives of hedgehog after dark. This is very important news. This is very important news here, guys. Cameras placed in volunteers' gardens track the activists of the nocturnal animals. Yes, we need to read on this, guys. A study has given a glimpse into the lives of hedgehogs in Britain's gardens, how these vital spaces could be there for their survival. In one of the largest studies of its kind, researchers analysed thousands of images from cameras placed in 415 volunteer gardens across Cheshire to look at how often hedgehogs were detected in which features most influenced their visits. The study wished to find out how the nocturnal animals ate on those garden visits, as hedgehog numbers are declining across Europe, a result of lost habitat and increased deaths on the roads. The researchers from Nottingham Trent University in Chestershire believe urban habitats are increasingly important for hedgehogs, and that insight into how they use gardens could play a key role in their conversation. Hedgehogs were present in 57% of Cheshire Garden studies, demonstrations that these spaces are crucial habitats for them. Food was comfortably the most important factor for their presence, with the mammals appearing in 78% of gardens that supplied hedgehogs food and 53% of gardens where bird food was left on the ground. Hedgehog presence dropped to 46% when no food was left out. Just over a quarter, 28% of all garden surveys contained food left out for hedgehogs. Leeds researcher Kelly Hitchcock, PhD student for Nottingham Trent University, warned the practice of feeding wildlife need further studies that could lead to significant anticipated changes to behaviour and health. Yes, like button, if you can, it'd be greatly appreciated. Despite possible benefit, I was just thinking, what are you doing there, Pete? Despite possible supplementary feeding that can pose potential risks such as increased disease transmission among animals, alternate hibernation behavior, increased aggression between species, and changes in species communal structure. But look at them, they're so cute, guys. Study also reveals that hedgehogs were 70% more likely to be spotted in gardens where foxes have been detected, possibly due to a higher chance of food being available. Nick Hitchcock said, we saw some of these on camera, which captured images of foxes and hedgehogs sharing food bowls, despite the fact that hedgehogs can be a prey species for foxes. The potential impacts of supplementary feeding certainty warrants further investigation in future research. The researchers said that people should continue to include wildlife-friendly features in their garden, as hedgehogs and other species will benefit for them. Data will contribute to further studies, including one looking at hedgehogs, foxes, and badgers, says Mitch Hitchcock. There is more research needed, and public participation has huge potential to help us understand how UK wildlife and people coexist within a changing world. This was a fascinating, ambitious project. It is generally difficult for scientists to access private gardens to gather camera trap footage. One of the largest camera trap studies of its kind in the UK, it yielded an incredible sample size and captured amazing snapshots of garden wildlife. Hugely a collaborative project that would not have been possible without the volunteers who allowed cameras into their gardens. We know many were surprised to find their garden host hedgehogs, which are nocturnal. They like to think this was a nice way for the participants to feel more connected to species living just beyond their doorstep. Lovely story. That's lovely. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Independent. That was definitely a story worth looking at for sure. No hedgehog video, unfortunately, guys, which is the big disappointment there, unfortunately. But hey ho, it is what it is here. Just a quick reminder again, I'll be going live later on at 4 o'clock, guys. So if you want to join me for that, feel free to do so as well. Someone bought me coffees this morning. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support there. Thank you for that. That really does help make a massive difference. Thank you. Appreciate the support there. Even hedgehogs and foxes have more humanity than Trump and his cronies. Of course they do. Of course they do. Absolutely. I think we can all agree with that, Kirsty, for sure. Pete's Music said, I get foxes in my garden, live near a dam and nature reserve. Wow, that's awesome, Pete. That's awesome. So, not here. It's not possible. Well, I suppose it could be here. But when I used to live with my parents, they don't have. I don't think they get foxes in their garden. I'll need to check with them next time. But when I used to live with them, we used to live in Bournemouth, a long time back. And I remember my dad going bananas one time, saying, "There's a hedgehog in the garden," and it was just quite a really, really cool moment, you know. So to see hedgehogs in the garden, I like things like that. A bit of nature, Mother Nature coming in, and wildlife. It's very cool to have it in if you have a garden as well. We get rats, seagulls, and stalkers, says Mel. Are they all the same thing? Joking, I'm joking. Seagulls, well, that's what happens, Mel. You shouldn't leave chips out on the side. That's what happens, you know. If you leave chips out, you're just asking for the seagulls to come round, you know. So that's just normal there. Hedgehogs need to bone up on their ninja skills, says Counter. Well, they are ninjas because sometimes you can't even tell that they're a hedgehog. You can sometimes mistaken it for being a rock as well. Let's see what the BBC are saying here. Anything that we haven't seen here? Tory kicked out a party for talking to reform. We saw that just now. All these stories we've already seen. Water companies to face regulatory MOT-style checks in the industry shake-up. So I saw a bit of this on the TV this morning here. Oh, thank you, Viper Scott. Thank you for that. All four of them. All four of them. What do you mean all four of them? Oh, you bought 3 coffees and a coffee. Oh, £20. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I just wondered what that was. Thank you so much, Viper Scott. Thank you so much. That's very, very generous of you. Really appreciate your support there. That's very, very nice of you. There are flocks of cats in my street, 3 rat zones, and oddly lots of hedgehogs, says Pete's Music as well. Let's have a look at this story, guys. So inspections without notice. We're going to MOD-style checks and compulsory water-effective labels on appliances among the key measures in the government's overhaul of the water industry. But no nationalisation, guys. No. They're not going to go that far. No, that would be too easy, guys. Nationalising the water companies and taking control of the water, like pretty much 95% of nations on the planet, that would be too easy, guys. No, we got to keep it capitalisation. You've got to allow the private companies to capitalise, on our water. The government is describing the measures as the biggest overhaul of the water industry in England and Wales since privatisation. How many times have we heard overhauling before, The The Environment Secretary, Emma Reynolds, said there would be nowhere to hide for poor performance for water companies. It's empty talk. I'm calling that. I'm just calling that empty talk, guys. Proposed changes come after widespread public anger and increasing number of polluted incidents, leaks and water outages that have affected thousands of customers across England and Wales in recent years. We've had a system whereby water companies are marking their own homework, Reynolds told the BBC. This has been a whole system failure, she said. A failure of regulation, a failure of regulators, of the water companies themselves. The Water White Paper promises to set up company-specific terms to monitor, supervise, and support individual firms and their particular issues rather than rely on a desk-based, one-size-fits-all approach. Smart meters and mandatory water-effective labels on appliances, including dishwashers and washing machines, will also help households monitor their usage and costs the government has set. It's also creating a chief engineer role at the regulator that will be set up to replace Ofwat. Government officials have told the BBC that the establishment of a new regulator may take a year or more, and water companies said it will take time for the benefits of the new investment to be felt. Yeah, this is their way of basically saying kicking the can down the road. I will push myself back on that, basically saying, yeah, things do take time, but at the same time, you've been here for a year and a half now, government. So the government reforms comes after a review by Sir John Coughlin, who issued 88 recommendations to improve the industry. However, he was asked not to consider whether to nationalise the sector, which was privatised in the late 1980s. Well, I think we know what the answer would have been if he was asked on that. Campaigners say the proposal for reforms don't go enough. The new regulators must be truly independent and properly funded, they warned, and said the major gaps remain. None of these reforms will make a meaningful difference unless the failed privatised model is confronted head-on. Pollution for profit and the root cause of the crisis, Wallace has said. Yep. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Look, as long as we are privatized, we are always going to have this issue, I'm afraid. Scott Hayes, good morning to you, and everyone else in the chat, been busy with customers. Hey, you don't need to apologize and whatnot. It's all good, mate. Like I said, everyone's all got stuff to do. So I always appreciate people giving their time to me, even if they're just lurking and listening in the background. I appreciate it. Pete's Music said, my cats are fascinated by hedgehogs, but don't bother them at all. Hedgehogs just roll up and ignore them. Yeah, the cat will probably try and put its paw on it and realise, oh, it's too prickly. I better stay away from that. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to touch it. Any other news stories here that we don't know about? It doesn't look like it here. Let's go to the front of UK, see if they got something new here. The hospitals where waiting times are getting worse. Is yours one of them? Nearly a quarter of hospitals in England have seen waiting times worsen since the government published its plan to tackle the backlog a year ago, BBC analysis has shown. Hitting an 18-week waiting target for treatments such as knee and hip operations was Labour's key manifesto for the health service. Last January set out how to get hospitals on track. While nationally progress has been made, 31 hospital trusts have gone backwards, and another 17 have made little progress out of the 129 services examined. The hospital struggled the most, said they were facing a variety of challenges, including staffing shortages, doctor strikes, and problems with IT systems. So what are you doing, West Streeting? What are you doing, West Streeting? This is NHS waiting list down from a peak to 7.3 million. The number of waits for hospital treatment in England in terms of millions here. So from 2007 to 2010. Oh, look, guys. Look, under the previous Labour government, you can see the hospital waiting times was going down. From 2010, you can see it rising up, rising up. Oh, it's rising up. Oh, I wonder what was the cause of that. Oh, yeah, that was the cold Conservatives' time in power. And then, obviously, we had the big spike. The big spike here. And, oh, look. So you had up to 18 weeks. 18 weeks to 1 year. More than 1 year. That gap is growing. It looks like a slight decline right at the edge there, but yeah, we'll see after the end there. This is sourced from NHS England, dated to November 2025, apparently. Yeah. Take that as what you will there. Wage growth slows, the number of people employed falls. France makes first interception target to small boat crossings to the UK. Northern Lights illuminate UK skies in hues of pink and green, apparently. So some of you may have seen the Northern Lights last night, I'm assuming. any other stories that we haven't seen here? Let me see. Strictly Come Dancing. I'm not into that personally. Man jailed for 10 years after chainsaw murder bid on police officer. Oh my god. I don't want to. That's yeah, pretty despicable. Yeah, let's have a look. We got about 5 minutes left. Let's have a look at Sky News and The Guardian before we head out. Let me just refresh this here. China controversial super embassy in London has been approved. Hillsborough Law. What is it? Why is it faced the blaze and U-turns there? Trump unleashes chaos bamboozle on Starmer. See the front of UK here. Family torn apart by huge waste dumps with rats everywhere there. That's not nice. Mum says home is a prison after 25,000 tons of waste dumped next door. That is absolutely disgusting. Family torn apart by a rotten waste dump.
Just before Christmas.
I'm inside. What's for dinner?
One second, guys.
Chicken curry.
Let's have a look. Why, Sky News? Why do you have to put us up with adverts? COVID and a lack of funding from the Tories there. A few, that was 40 minutes that have not been in chat, says Ellie. Took me that long to change my bed fitting sheets, knackered and backache now. Yeah, changing the bed sheets can be a challenge. I always change the bed sheets in my house. Oh, wait.
We started hearing scurrying.
Right, let's hear this horrible story.
Just before Christmas, we started hearing scurrying, and we ended up with rats. As you can smell, we still have evidence of rats. We could see rats just running along our fences, running down the street on the front. They were just everywhere.
Phoenicia and her family, the 25,000 tonnes of rotting waste just metres from her house, has become a living nightmare, ripping her family in two.
Jesus.
Even to this day, 17 months on, the smell's make him physically sick. So he now only spends 1 or 2 nights a week at my house.
So one of your children has had to move out.
Yes, yes. Move in with his mother, with my mother-in-law. It's teared our family apart, and you know it puts stress on the family as well. You know, obviously our mental health isn't great. It's like being separated parents, even though me and my partner together, we're sharing the child with the grandparents. Because I can't keep saying, oh, soon it'll be cleared up, soon it'll be cleared up, because it isn't. And I don't know what else to tell my child why he has to live in this prison. Because it's like prison.
Sky footage of a similar-sized tip 200 miles south in Kidlington in Oxfordshire made headlines just before Christmas. But 2 weeks ago, a £9 million tender to clear up the waste was issued, with the work set to potentially begin next month.
We're told that the site down in Kidlington is being cleared because of a serious fire risk, which could impact a major A road and power supplies. But here in Wigan, a 9-day fire here last summer was declared a major incident. Despite that, the impact on the local residents and the school that backs onto the dump, there is no multi-million-pound tender to remove this waste. How does that make you feel that down in Oxfordshire, within weeks, there's millions available? And what are we on here, a year and a half?
Yeah, 17 months exactly.
How does that make you feel?
Like they don't care. No one cares what up here in North, they're not bothered. I feel like I failed, even though it's not my doing. I just feel like as a parent,
If the MP puts this question up at Prime Minister's questions, the government will be forced to act. If you put this up at Prime Minister's questions, the government are very likely to act on this. They really are. We will finish listening to the rest of it, but I really cannot understand how a place like that is allowed to be so close to the residents. It drives me mad.
failing, and I'm fighting, and I'm not winning the battle.
In a statement, the Environment Agency told Sky News new information has come to light about the rapidly escalating fire risks at the Kidlington site, with potential to close the A34 major highway and impact key electrical supplies, which has meant we have taken the exceptional decision to clear the site as soon as possible. This does not undermine the real impacts to the local community in Wigan, We are doing everything within our power to ensure that the perpetrators pay the price to clean up the site, rather than taxpayers.
So their argument is that they don't want to spend taxpayer money on that. Their argument is they don't want to spend taxpayer money on it. But the thing that sticks out to me is, where's that shot? Like this shot here, you can, I know you can, it's a bit difficult for you guys to see there, but you can see like where the dump is, and you can see literally the residents there. Like, it's insane. It's insane. That site should not be there at all. Like, it should not be there at all. So close to residents. It's insane. I just don't understand how that is allowed to happen. Absolutely outrageous. Like, that's people's homes there. Just, who approved? Like, I don't know when this dump site was set up or whatnot. Whoever approved it, seriously, like, their questions need to be answered. You should never approve of such a site so close to people's homes. Far too close to people's homes. Far too close to people's homes. It's absolutely insane. You can see in that. You can see in the center picture there. I know it's a bit small, yeah, but you can see in that picture there just how close they are. I'll zoom in just a little bit just before we go. Let me see if I can find them. Let me do, yeah. I'll zoom in really close, guys. Give me a second. Because I want you guys to see just how close it is. There it is there. Look how close that is. You can see the dump, and then you can see the residents there of just how close they are. That's insane. You can see the rubbish there. You can see the site. And then you can see the residents there on the left-hand side. Just of how close they are. And I just cannot fathom what that is like for them. And more than a year they've been dealing with this. More than a year. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. My heart goes out to her and all those residents in that area, because none of them should have to put up with that at all. None of them should have to put up with that at all. On that note, guys, we've ran out of time, so we won't have time to cover The Guardian, but that's fine. We covered it yesterday, to be fair, as well, guys. I will be back live in 4 hours' time, guys, at 4 o'clock for Global News. If you want to join me for some news outside the UK, do join me for that. We're not just going to talk about Trump, guys. We are going to talk about other world news, because there is other things going on in the world. So I will be covering some other stories for that. So if you can join me at 4 o'clock, feel free to do so as well. And if you guys the post will be up for basically, it's already up for what content's going to be dropping on Rumble and Patreon for the week. Later on today, I'll be dropping another post on the schedule for live streams as well for this week. If you don't know what's happening during this week as well, please check that out as well. Be greatly appreciated. And again, a reminder, this Thursday, myself and One Angry Pagan for the Eco Flake Show. So thank you guys for coming to this morning. Thank you guys for all your comments. Appreciate you guys coming out in such great numbers. It's lovely to see so many familiar faces. I appreciate you guys always. I really, really do. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you guys are doing. Thank you, Viper Scott, for the very generous coffees you bought this morning. That was very, very kind of you as well. But before I go, guys, if you can, for me, please, hit that like button, share us across social media, subscribe if you haven't already. Do check out Rumble and Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms as well. You can find me across different social media platforms in the links down below as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.